Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. We're going to look at weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to around the 19th of January, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe run to around a couple of weeks. Going to have a look at CFS V2 at the end of video. For the next 4 weeks, that will take us into the beginning of February. Weekend forecast has been released, so as well as on Saturday, your weekend look ahead. Going to be getting milder in the weekend. We're going to be getting less cold, although cold weather will never be too far away, actually, to our north and east. So we need to keep an eye on that. But it does look as though for a few days anyway, in the coming week, things will be getting milder or certainly less cold for most parts of the country. Have a look at the weekend forecast and see what's going on. Now, before I do anything else, I'm just going to say that we've got a channel members live stream coming up for you tonight at 5 o'clock. So if you're a channel member, you're around the channel, then check in to our channel members live stream. And as I say, that will be coming up around 5 o'clock. We'll check in and just have a nice little chat, nice little friendly chat for an hour or so if you're a channel member. So that will be coming up for you at 5. I'll tell you what's happening on the channel tomorrow at the end of the video. Now, I'm going to say thank you so much to our latest channel member. So, I picked up a new channel member. So, thank you so much to John Sutherland. Thank you so much to John Sutherland for becoming a channel member for GWV. It's incredibly kind. Thank you so much, John, for doing that. And thank you to all of our channel members as well. We are getting close to 60 channel members now. Unbelievable number. So thank you to each and every one of our channel members. If you are not a channel member, you'd like to become a channel member, all you need to do is come to GWV, use your homepage, click the join button. It'll take you through to another page where you can see what benefits you get for becoming a channel member, and you can sign up on that page as well. So big thank you to all of our channel members, big thank you to all of our patrons, big thank you to all of our donors, big thank you to all of our super chatters. Did a live stream last night, had super chats. So thank you so much to everybody for the support that you give to us. We have reached 9,360 subscribers. So we're getting very close now to 9.4k, getting very close to 9,400 subscribers. But the subs are going on very, very quickly at the moment. Big thank you to all of you for subbing. If you are new, if you've subbed and you're new, then please make yourself known in the comments, and also in the live chat, in the live streams as well, and let us know who you are and that you are subbed to our channel. Thank you so much to all of you for doing that. If you aren't yet subbed to the channel and you found this video, then please can you subscribe? Don't forget to tell your friends about GWV as well. Get them to subscribe too. And we're on the grind to 10k subs. We're trying to get ourselves to 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, so we shall see. We shall see how quickly it takes us to get to 10k subs. Hopefully we might be able to do it before the end of this winter, but we shall see about that. But certainly the subs are going on very, very quick. Thank you so much to all of you for subscribing, and thank you so much to John Sutherland. John Sutherland for becoming our latest channel member. Thank you so much, John, for doing that, and maybe I'll see you later in the channel members live stream. Right, okay, so let's just start off in the stratosphere. So this is how temperatures are currently looking at 10 HPA. So the blue colours are the cold temperature at 10 HPA in the stratosphere over the Arctic and the North Pole. Let's run through and see what happens. So those blue colours remain really across northern Europe and the North Atlantic as we go in towards the second half of the month. That takes up to the 17th of January. There is a significant second warming that's trying to get going there over Siberia around 18th, 19th of January, just there, those orange colours. On this particular run, that doesn't quite reach southern stratospheric warming levels, but you see it's always there or thereabouts. He's running this particular 6 o'clock run of the GFS. He's not producing a southern stratospheric warming again. But it's there or thereabouts. I mean, it would only need to go up a few more degrees to reach southern stratospheric warming levels. So a continuation of things looking very, very interesting in the stratosphere and in the Arctic regions in terms of the warming of the stratosphere over North Pole and the Arctic and Siberia. So we'll keep a very close eye on that, of course. CT is currently looking like this. So the centering temperature is currently standing at 1 degree. That is an anomaly of 2.5 degrees below average. That is provisional to the 8th of January. So the first week of January definitely significantly colder than average. The coming week will be less cold, and probably for a day or so it might be milder, you would say. But yeah, certainly, excuse me, certainly the first week of the month has been substantially colder than average. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks on Preston today. The red line, 30-year upper air temperature average for Preston. So we're going to see the temperature lifting up in the coming days. So we're going to find as going to be early part of next week through to middle of next week in particular, the upper air temperatures will lift up, but not for all that long. It looks as we go like into the second half of January, we have actually got a cooling trend here. So like the upper air temperatures will become colder. And there are some really very cold members of the GFS ensembles today in the extended range. Some of these ensemble members are going down to around -10 at 858. It does also include like this thick green line here, which is the GFS operational run. So yeah, we could well start to turn things colder again, I think, into the second half of January after a slightly milder interlude running up to the middle of the month. Temperature-wise, fair amount of dry weather through the next few days, but next week is turning more south. So as it turns milder, it will also turn wetter as well. There will be some outbreaks of rain around, and then generally quite unsettled by the look of it for into the second half of January. And of course, that's in the same time frame that things appear to be getting colder as well. So of course, that raises again the possibility perhaps of some snow into the second half of January. We'll have to see about that. Temperature anomalies from the 9th to the 17th of January, just going to be a little bit below out, so not as cold as it has been, although notice many parts of Europe are actually getting colder, including Scandinavia and also northeastern Europe into northwestern Russia, becoming really cold up there. Very cold across Spain. I think they've had record-breaking cold weather and snow across Spain in the last day or so. Been some incredible scenes. I mean, places like Madrid have been absolutely buried in snow, and looking really cold. A lot colder than average, even into Portugal. As well. So it's a pretty cold scene across many parts of Europe in the weekend. We're not going to be doing too badly, actually, in the next few days, as temperature will lift up a little bit. But you have to go down to the far southeastern corner of Europe, really, to find anything particularly mild. Precipitation anomalies from the 9th, 17th of January, close to average, really. Around the coast there is a little bit wetter than average. That's indicative, I suppose, the showers are a little bit drier than average at East Scotland, North East. It's not a particularly big deviation either way. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing that the wind direction is changing. So we are losing those northerly and east winds. Notice those are pushing down through France and down to Spain and Portugal. That's the reason it's turned very cold and very wintry into Spain. The north-northeast winds are digging in there. We're actually beginning to turn the wind back round towards the west. You can just see these arrows, particularly for the northern half of the country, beginning to go a little bit more westerly. Starting to come in from off the Atlantic. So moderation of the cold. The cold will be moderating in the next few days. This is how the UK Met is doing for Tuesday. Actually, having said that, by Tuesday, so we get a milder day Monday, then by Tuesday we are actually back into quite a cold northerly wind again. So as I say, the cold is always going to be very close to us, to our north and northeast. We do have to watch out. But as we go through to Wednesday, I think we get a milder push then from off the Atlantic before we turn wind into the west behind like an active weather system. Could bring some rain through Wednesday. Then wind goes westerly into Thursday and Friday. We draw the wind in from off the Atlantic. Heights rising to the north. There's a deep cold pool over Scandinavia as well. So again, we do have to watch out for whether we do get the wind into the north or the east. If we do, there is a big cold pool that's sitting just to our northeast, sort of lurking away. But up to the end of the GFS run, which the UK Met run, I should say, gets us to the 15th of January, we are in a relatively mild west to westerly type wind. This is how the GFS 6Z is looking. So again, on Tuesday, slightly colder on Tuesday. Then a weather system comes in off the Atlantic on Wednesday, brings outbreaks of rain. That struggles across the country, probably fizzles out with that rain as it does so. And then I think the idea through the end of week into weekend is a high pressure to try and take over before this next low sort of comes diving in from the north. Now, what the GFS 6Z does with this is sinks a low pressure southwards against this. Another one of these sinking lows as the ridge pushes northwards. The low sinks southwards, and that starts to turn the wind into the north again. And the GFS 6Z by day 10 is pulling off a real northerly blast. Look at this, very strong northeast winds with the isobars going all the way back to the Arctic Circle and plunging southwards across West Europe as this ridge is pushing up towards Greenland. So real northerly sets in around just after day 10. If you look at the upper air temperatures, we are pulling in the minus 10 Celsius isotherm from the north, which is quite unusual. We normally get minus 10 Celsius isotherm from the east, a little bit less so from the north, though we can get it from the north as well. So it becomes very cold with the GFS 6Z around the 19th, 20th of January, and it keeps it very cold into 21st of January as well with these with this minus 10 Celsius isotherm sitting across the country. Look how cold it is across Scandinavia, by the way. We do have a lot of people watching across Scandinavia, or watching from Scandinavia, and that is extremely cold air that is sitting over Scandinavia there with that northerly. Low pressure tries to come in from the Atlantic into that cold air. That obviously will produce a lot of snow. Eventually the Atlantic does sort of break through, but we still keep it pretty cold in from the Atlantic. Actually, it's a pretty cold sort of northwesterly flow that's coming in here from off the Atlantic right at the very end of the GFS ranges to 25th of January. You'll notice that the upper air temperature is still pretty cold for like a westerly wind even then. This is a precipitation forecast based on that GFS run from the Weather Outlook. So, of course, the coming days, we're mainly talking about rain. There will be a little bit of snow in the north, but we're mainly talking about rain now as things get less cold. This weather system comes in from the Atlantic midweek. That brings some more rain in from the west as well. Still keeping it mainly as rain into the weekend. As we go into next week, then we start to dig those cold northerlies in. And of course, they are very, very cold northerlies, and they bring lots of heavy snow with a lot of snow packing in from the north. These are snow showers, of course, but you could get a polar low or something to band the snow showers together. And then we've got the weather system coming in from off the Atlantic, or trying to, and that produces a big snow event across many parts of the country as well. Before it eventually gets a little bit milder, and we turn back a little bit more towards rain by the very end of a GFS run, which gets us to 25th of January. But yeah, generally, a little bit milder, like between weeks 1 in the first week, like days 1 to 7, but then week 2, days 7 to 14, does look as though winter bites back. This is how the GM is looking. So again, we've got colder air re-establishing on Tuesday. Then weather system comes in off the Atlantic through Wednesday and Thursday. Now this is really struggling, this system. So this could actually be a bit of a snow event on Wednesday and Thursday with the GEM, because that system, as it's coming into the cold air, is really, really struggling. And that's the kind of thing that can produce a snow event. Now, the GFS is just pushing that system in very easily Wednesday to Thursday, or around Wednesday, bringing rain. But the GEM, that would produce snow probably for northern and eastern parts of the country. Then high pressure sort of takes over for a while, so it turns mainly dry and cold. But into next weekend, 16th, 17th of January, the next low is coming in off the Atlantic. And it looks like by day 10, this one is diving southwards, potentially starting to pull wind in from the north and the northeast. So very similar by day 10 to how the GFS is looking, with a northerly to northeast wind establishing a deep cold pool over Scandinavia. This is how the ECM is looking as well. So Tuesday, it's a colder day and this ridge of high pressure. Then Wednesday through to Thursday, we've got this system coming in from off the Atlantic. This is also struggling quite a bit as well, more so than the GFS shows it. So that might actually produce some snow as well around the middle of the week as it tries to push in across the country. Eventually it gets through, and then we get this ridge building across the country, which would be in quite cold air. So that's keeping us cold and frosty, really, into the end of the week. By the time we get through to day 10, it looks like we're pulling in a northerly wind. So all three, the big three, GFS, GEM, and ECM, are producing a northerly to some degree or another by day 10. Just the route that gets us there that they're differing on, but they're all going for like quite a northerly by the time we get through to day 10. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from tometeo.com. So again, the next few days we're primarily talking about rain, but look at this, midweek we've got a snow event here. This is Wednesday and through to Thursday, I think. Snow event taking place as this system pushes across the country. Remember, the GFS just shows rain coming across the country, but the GEM and we can see also the ECM producing quite a bit of snow with this system as it struggles to bring the wet weather in from off the Atlantic. So snow midweek, especially for northern, central and eastern parts of the country. Then we turn dry and cold. So we never really turn things milder, except on Monday probably. Monday does turn a bit milder, but really the ECM keeps it cold through most of next week. And then eventually as we move up towards day 10, then bring another system in off the Atlantic. That one does have some milder air associated with it, so that's more towards rain. Although becoming colder again as we head up towards day 10, as the winds begin to switch around into the north, so suggesting that the precipitation might start to turn wintry again by day 10. These are the options. We're on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets to the 19th of January via the Icelandic Met Office. 14 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to our west and northwest, low pressure to our east-southeast. They're going to be cold, bringing winds from a northeasterly direction. 14 with a mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards Greenland. Low pressure is to our east. Winds are going to be coming in from the north with that one. 13 again with a mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards Greenland. Low pressure to our south and east. Winds will be coming in from an east or northeast direction. That one also looks cold by day 10. And another 10 just here, or 10 just here, with high pressure over Greenland and trough low pressure over top of the country. Generally, most of those ensemble members look as though they're involved in cold weather, really. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 24th of January. 20 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to our southwest, low pressure to our east. Winds are coming in from the northwest. 13 with a blocking area of high pressure around Greenland, low pressure to our east-southeast. Winds are in from a northeasterly direction. 12 with high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. Winds are coming in from the west. And 6 with low pressure over top of the country, and that's going to be pulling up west or southwesterly winds. So possibly a bit milder in 2 weeks' time, but before then it looks as though we may get another northerly plunge actually in around 10 days' time. CFSV2 finally, these are 500 millibar heights, bring down to weak piers. The first weak pier takes from the 9th to the 15th of January. The coming week has blocking to the north-northwest, low pressure to our east-southeast. Winds are coming in from a north to northeasterly direction, cold and wintry in the week ahead. Week 2 will take us from the 16th to 22nd of January, a ridge to the south going northwards, so mainly dry, probably still quite cold even then, with winds in from like a bit of a northerly direction still. Week 3 looks milder and wetter. This is 23rd of January, 29th, low pressure in off the Atlantic, westerlies re-establishing, high pressure through the Med, so that's going westerly, but also wetter and unsettled. And then week 4 is going to be the 30th of January to the 5th of February, high pressure to the south, low pressure to the west-northwest, and winds in from the west or southwest direction, milder and wetter again in week 4. Right, if you enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you subscribe to our channel, don't forget to tell your friends about Gav's Weather Vids, and thanks so much everybody for doing that. Drop a comment and let us know what you thought about this video. We are trying to get ourselves to 10k subscribers. I do not know when we'll get to 10k, but hopefully it won't be too much longer. Now tomorrow, so thanks so much everybody for doing that. Now tomorrow, we're going to begin our spring updates. So we haven't done any long range stuff since we left off with winter forecast at the beginning of December. But long range is coming back tomorrow, and we're going to have our first update for spring 2021. So that'll be the first video tomorrow. Gav's Weather Sunny Roundup is coming up tomorrow as well. There'll be quite an important announcement at the start of that. So have a look at that. Quite important news at the start of the Sunny Roundup. But Sunny Roundup is back tomorrow, and we'll be live streaming, of course, as ever, from 6 o'clock. you're a channel member, you're around my channel at 5, then check in for your channel members live stream. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.